Good morning. Well, I've just met Eugene and I'm not that far now from Worthing, having just passed Ferring, and he's well equipped with his stick and his walking gear, and he looks like a professional. So where are you off to today then, Eugene? What's your plan?
Just as far as Ferring, just a short walk between Worthing and Ferring.
Yes.
I'm due to meet some relations when I get to Ferring, and that's it today, just a short leg.
Oh, well, that's great. But you're well equipped. You're obviously a pretty seasoned coastal path walker.
Yes. I've done the whole of the southwest coast path, and I enjoy coastal walking. Yeah. Hoping to do the Pembrokeshire coast path in a few weeks.
Oh, wow.
And then inland, Offa's Dyke, hoping to do the northern section of Offa's Dyke. So do quite a bit of walking here.
What's the length of that? About 220, isn't it? Offa's Dyke.
I think that's the full total. Yes. I've got as far as from Chepstow to the Clun Valley.
Yes.
So next it'll be Llangollen and on to Prestatyn from there.
Wow. Well,
that's if it all comes off. See how fit I am. It's a while since I did that sort of terrain.
Yes. I've got to admit, I'm going to do Offa's Dyke when I've finished and settled down, maybe in a few years' time. So I can then say that I've walked the full circumference of Wales.
Of Wales, yes.
Having done the 870 miles from Prestatyn to Chepstow the long way around along the coast, included obviously the Pembrokeshire coastal path.
Yes.
What I liked about Wales is the Welsh people. Absolutely wonderful people. I met lots and lots of people. Really friendly, really nice, to get to know.
Yes, I've always found that. That's one of the reasons I like going to Wales, and I do so time and again. Brecon Beacons and Snowdonia are favourites with me.
Yes, absolutely. And what about the Southwest Coastal Path? You say you've done that. Did you do that in one go, or?
No, that was over several years.
Oh, right.
Yes, but, and I wish I'd kept a log of it. All of the Cornish names, especially, they all become mixed together in the memory, and I regret not having kept a proper written account of that. But it was a marvellous thing to do. One of the best things I've ever done, I think, going from Minehead to Poole over many years.
Oh, fabulous. I thought that one of the nicest parts, I don't know whether you recall it, was from, we talk about memory loss, I suffer with memory loss all of the time. Ilfracombe to Woolacombe, I thought that in particular was absolutely wonderful walk.
Yes, the great Woolacombe Bay when you get there for a start, and the coves and the ups and downs between the two. That was a particularly pleasing leg.
And Clovelly around to round Hartland Point, and then down to Welcome, which is the beginning of the Cornish part.
Yes.
It was a bit of a toughie. It was a 20 miles walk, but the scenery was absolutely stunning.
Yes,
I remember. It was a really nice hot day, but it was 20 miles. It was over 20 miles, but it was a real test, that was it, but it was fantastic. Absolutely loved it.
Yes, I remember our arrival in Cornwall. I think Morwenstow was the first stop for us, and we got there in horizontal rain and a great gale coming in off the sea. So a bit of a contrast from your entry into Cornwall, but
that's right. But even from Welcome, if you go down past Bude and Crackington Haven and then down to Tintagel, that's a tough section.
Yes, there are plenty of ups and downs there. Yes. You're on one descent, you can see it going up in front of you, and then you can see there are two more similar things lined up for you when you've done that.
It's a bit disheartening, isn't it?
I suppose it is, but I find that it's quite a therapeutic thing as you vaguely count the steps on the ascent and so on.
Yes.
You kind of get what's the word, acclimatised to it.
Yes, of course you do.
It's all part of it, and you lose some. It does you good, I think.
Get your heart beating.
That particular section, I managed to lose 1.5 stones what with carrying the gear, the tent, and everything else. It's very good for you.
Yes, absolutely. So do you do all this walking on your own then, or do you have a partner?
I've got a partner. She comes as well. Yes.
Oh well,
yes.
That's very
She
nice.
knows the way to the place, as you see. I think I'd be hard pressed without that. She's also a genius with public transport and knowing what buses to get and so on, because we don't have a car, we do it all by public transport. So,
right. I mean, I found with this walk, I mean, as I mentioned, I've got a camper van, but the walking is by far the easiest part of this walk. The logistics are the nightmare, the problem.
Yes.
And especially in the winter when the bus service is at its absolute minimum.
Yes.
But of course, on the Pembrokeshire course, you've got the shuttle buses, which are fantastic. I can't remember the names of them now. I've got to be honest with you, I've kind of suffered a memory loss with all of this because I go through so many places.
That's it,
and I meet so many people. I speak to, 20, 30 people a day, and I'm going through maybe 20 or 30 places.
Yes.
I can't remember from 1 minute to the next where I've been and where I'm going.
Yes.
I know where I'm going and all the rest of it, but it's just actually coming up with the instant name. It just goes, especially when you've already done quite a long walk in a day and you're brain tired as well as foot and
of course,
physically tired.
Yes.
Your mind just goes blank, and I find it really embarrassing. It happens to me over and over again, and one or two people are writing to me saying, you get a piece of paper and a pen. I don't want to be messing about like that, to be honest. But it happens without notice, where you just completely forget, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Yes.
But it's been very nice meeting you. You're a really nice gentleman, and I hope that you meet your family and have a lovely day.
Thank you very much, and good luck with the rest of your with the rest of your walk. What a brilliant thing to do, and congratulations on that.
Thank you very much indeed. It's been very, very nice meeting you.
And you also.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
I'm just near the beach, actually. I'm about to go onto the beach, and this gentleman's just come off, and your name is?
Chris Freshwater.
Chris, that's an appropriate name.
It is. It's Freshwater West.
Well, so they named this place after you, or is
I like to think so.
Do you own it?
My wife likes to think so, I think.
I'm sure she does. So where are you off to today, Chris?
I'm off to Angle today.
Yes. And have you done much of these sections of the Pembroke coast?
Yeah, I started at Amroth on Monday, and today I started in Miriam, which is just this side of Stackpole.
Yes, yes. So, and I would imagine it's a fairly flattish walk then, is it?
Right up to Miriam, it's actually it is pretty flat all the way to Stackpole. I think there's a little bumpy from Broadhaven to Stackpole, but other than that, it's relatively flat.
Yeah. So. I'm trying to detect your accent. Where are you from, Chris?
I'm from. I live in Salisbury, but I've come from Camberley, which is in Surrey.
Oh right, right. Okay, well that explains that. Oh well, have a nice walk, mate. It's a lovely day for it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous day. You couldn't ask for better conditions. No. It's nice and cool, but it's nice and sunny as well. So.
Yeah. The thing that's turned me on is now I've turned the corner. I've been walked up, south all the time, and now I'm walking east. I'm heading towards like the Severn Bridge now, which is like a big milestone to me, if you know what I mean. Yeah. And I've got the wind behind me for the first time for a long time. When I was walking down the west coast, I was facing the wind most of the time.
Yeah.
Doing it anti-clockwise. That's what happens. But it's been a pleasure meeting you, mate.
Thank you.
Best of luck. Thank you very much.
And best luck to you.
Okay. Cheers, mate. I'm on my way back down the mountain now, and I bumped into these lovely people. And your name, sir?
My name's Ken.
Ken?
Philippe. Robin.
Right. And is this your first experience here on the the Pembrokeshire coast?
Yes. Yes. The first time.
The first time today?
Yeah, first time to Pembrokeshire.
Yes. What do you think? What's your first thoughts?
It's lovely. I love the coast.
It's breathtaking, isn't it? The scenery is absolutely fabulous.
It is. It is great.
Are you enjoying it as well?
Yeah.
Do you like the walking?
Yeah. You don't really get much of these things back where we come from.
Yes.
So it's kind of nice to be in a different scenery and around different things.
You get great pictures too.
Absolutely. And do you like to swim when you get to the beaches and things like this? Do you water sports and this kind of thing?
I'm making sandcastles.
And building sandcastles, right. There's not much sand on these beaches, unfortunately. It's very big sort of pebbles and rocks and things. But where are you actually from then, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm from Malaysia.
From Malaysia?
Yeah.
Oh, that's excellent. Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
I mean, I work in the UK, but
Yes.
originally
From Malaysia, yes, that's great. Well, I've met people from all over the world on this, a lot of Americans and Australians and Vietnam, but not Malaysia, so you're the first,
Okay,
you're the first person
good.
from Malaysia. So it's been very nice meeting you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your holiday, and it's very nice to see people, like young people like you, out on these walks. It's great. It's great.
Second one today, actually. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much indeed.
No worries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye
Take
now.
care.
Well, I'm not far from Dale now, and I've met into Alfred, who's from Austria, and he's on the Pembrokeshire coast past. How's it going then, Alfred? Are you doing okay?
It goes very well. The weather is very nice.
Yes.
And the scenery is great.
Fabulous. You couldn't ask for any more, could you? I mean, it's been a bit windy. This wind is a little bit of an irritation. Certainly
Yes.
for me doing a video it is.
But I see the news from at home, and there is much more wind, so I'm lucky here.
Yes, absolutely. So have you been to Britain before walking? Is this your first time?
No, for walking, it's the first time.
Yes.
So I'm not used to have long walks like this.
Yes. Well, of course, in Austria you haven't got a coastal path either, have you? So I suppose it makes a change, doesn't it?
In Austria, I'm walking in the mountains.
Yes. Well, I mean, it is beautiful in Austria. There's no doubt about
it's really
that.
beautiful. Yeah.
A lot of people have commented about this, saying it's very clean and tidy here. You know.
Oh yes.
Well, I mean, you're used to that in Austria, you know.
It depends.
Yes.
Here the most parts are very clean and tidy, but not all places.
No.
I find some places they are not.
Yeah,
not
a bit
so
industrial.
clean.
Milford Haven. Yeah, I would imagine.
Close to the cities.
Yes,
maybe.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but in Austria it's the same.
Yeah.
In the villages it's mostly very clean and tidy.
Yes,
and
but in the cities.
the cities,
yeah.
I think it's all over the same in the world.
Yes, I agree. Been very nice meeting you, Alfred, and thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the walk.
Oh yes, thanks too.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
you.
This is Carol, who's assisting here on the market stalls, and her dog is named
Milo.
Milo.
He's 16.
16 is a healthy looking lad, isn't
Yeah,
he,
he's
for
a good lad.
16? And you're a bit of an athlete as well?
Well,
then?
I do a little bit of a hobby called triathlon, yeah, I do, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's the Ironman thing,
Well,
isn't
there's
it?
all different distances, but the longest one I've done is the Ironman, yeah, I've done a couple of those.
So what's involved in the Ironman
The
then?
Ironman is where you swim 2.4 miles, you cycle 112, and you run a marathon, one after the other.
Blimey.
Yeah.
And is it under 17 hours or something?
Yeah, it is, yeah, there's a cut-off, is that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So
Yeah.
when was the last one you did? Carol?
Well, I've only done two. I did Bolton in 2013, and then on the back of that I qualified and went to Hawaii.
Hawaii?
Yeah, the Cone of the World Championships, so yeah.
Well,
So I'm very lucky that I qualified in my age group. It's good.
Do you live here in the...
I live in North Wales, I live in Buckley, near Mould.
Yes.
So yeah, and then my friend lives in Llanrwst, so they come to here every week and do the clothes stall at McCuntoff Market, yeah.
People tell me it's a very popular market.
Well, yeah, it is. I've been once before, and it is really busy. I mean, you haven't picked the best day today, but
No.
we've had some good weather, haven't we? So.
Well, yeah, I mean, they say there's a 30% chance of rain today,
Yeah,
but
on and off.
That's good enough. I've
Yeah.
got my waterproofs and
Yeah,
stuff.
no, you'll be fine. I'm sure you're good. Bit of cooling down today, isn't it? Anyway.
Absolutely.
Morning.
Nice to meet you, Carol.
Yeah, thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you too. Have a good walk.
Thank you. Bye now.
Cheerio.
Right, well, I've only got probably a mile or two to go now, and I'm walking through Aberarth, and I bumped into Abigail, who's in a front garden doing a bit of tidying up and that kind of stuff, and we got chatting. And you're a bit of a walker, or you was a bit of a walker.
Well, I still am, but the distances are much shorter now.
Yes. So what have you done then over the years?
Over the years, when I started walking, well, I've also spent 15 years in Africa as a volunteer in rural Africa. So that gives me a background of being able to just get on with what needs to be done, I suppose. And did a bit of walking under very hot conditions there.
Yes.
But really 3 or 4 miles is about the most there when you're on the edge of the Kalahari, which
Right.
was for me anyway. But every time I came back to Britain I did a long walk.
Right. And you were telling me that you did the Offers Dyke walk from Cardiff.
That was the last one, yes,
Cardiff
which
to
isn't all that far from where I am now.
Right.
From Prestatyn, is it?
Yes.
Or in the north?
Prestatyn. Yeah.
Yes, down to the other end, the other end of the Severn. Yes.
Yeah, funny enough, I met a guy in Prestatyn who just finished it, so he was telling me all about it.
Yeah.
When I was walking through, I was going in a different direction. Obviously, I was running along the coast, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
But and also you've done walking in Scotland as well, have you?
Yes, I've done a number of walks. Probably can't remember many of them. The Inverness to Fort William one was just gorgeous. Yeah. Yes, because it's Loch Ness, of course. It's all the beautiful mountains. Yeah. Yes,
people tell me to avoid that in the late summer, August, September, because of all the flies.
Definitely. Yes.
You know, they say it's bad.
Yes, come south for the mosquitoes. We've got less here.
Yes. Well, what I'm going to do when I do Scotland, which will probably be next year now, to add on to this, I'll be doing it clockwise, starting at Gretna Green in probably April, and doing it all April and May before the flies, and walking round the other way and down to Berwick, if you understand what I mean.
It must be an awful long way, because there's an awful lot of wiggles, aren't there?
Yes.
Without going onto any islands, it goes in and out a lot.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Well, it's been a real pleasure meeting you, and you're a lovely lady, and it's a pity there isn't a pub here, because we could have gone for a beer.
We could, couldn't we? Yeah.
Never mind.
Yes, we miss it locally. We have coffee morning get-togethers, but it was nice to have a pub.
It certainly would. Thank you very much indeed, Abigail. Very nice
Thank you
to
very
meet.
much.
Thank
Good
you.
to talk to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Runsick.
Okay. I've just popped in at the Royal Hotel at Runsick Bay, and this is the chief barmaid. So
hi.
Tell us something about the pub and
Okay. Well, it's a lovely pub. Got the beautiful view and the sea and lovely wine and really good food. Really reasonable and definitely worth a stop.
Excellent. How long have you been here?
A week.
do you think,
I highly recommend it.
Do you think you'll like it then?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And these are your regular customers, I assume?
I work here.
That's the chef.
That's the chef.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, honestly, I've been here a week and I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a great season and really good. Simon, the guy that owns it, is brilliant, and all the people that work here, it's friendly, lively, cosy, you name it, it's best.
Do you get many walkers calling in?
No, but we want some. We do want some.
Right.
Yeah, we love a bit of chat about where you've been.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. You didn't give me a name after all of that.
Oh, Sarah.
Sarah. Well, it's been very I'm very pleased to meet you, Sarah.
Yeah,
and
glad you got around all right.
Thanks for making a nice cup of tea.
That's
it's the
a
first
pleasure.
pub in I've been in for years where I've had a cup of tea.
Oh,
Cheers.
no, I like beverages, not just wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I can see today I'm going to be talking to quite a number of people, and I haven't come across any English people yet. And your name is?
Anita Bivens.
Anita?
And I'm Linda.
Linda, and you're English, Linda?
I'm English, yes.
Ah, well, that's fair enough then. So, what are you doing now then? You're just doing like a little bit of a walking holiday, driving around?
We're driving around, we've been through the Brecon Beacons, we're now doing this national park here. We just thought we'd drive through a bit and then we'd stop off at different places, go to the coast, walk along for half an hour, and come back again.
Right.
As long as the weather doesn't rain.
Well, it's a shame, isn't it, that in June and July it was such a brilliant, I think we got spoilt by that, to be honest. I think people do agree with me that all of a sudden, we've got like normal English weather instead of having like south of France weather. We've now got sort of west of England weather. And so you're from Belgium?
Yes, I'm from Belgium.
Whereabouts in Belgium?
Well, 50 kilometers south of Brussels. Tienen.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's a nice part of Belgium, that south part, isn't it? When you get down there.
It is.
So you're not far from like Liège, that kind of area.
No, it's 40 kilometers from Liège.
Ah, right.
So it's in between. Yeah.
Okay. So what's your plans next? Where are you going to from today then?
Next, we thought we'd go a bit further down the coast towards Fishguard and just stop in the little bays and see what they look like.
Yeah.
Walk in the sand, walk in the a bit more of the path, and
right. That's great.
We go where the flow goes.
Yeah. So there's a chance I might bump into you again then, because that's the direction I'm headed in.
Right.
Well, it's been lovely speaking to you both, and I hope you do have a great holiday and a great time, and I hope the weather improves as well. This is it keeps changing minute by minute.
It does. When the sun comes out, you get a completely different view.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, thank you very much indeed. Very nice to meet you. Thank you. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. I only left Padstow probably about half an hour ago and met some very interesting people there. And I've met this gentleman whose name is...
Gary.
Gary, good morning, Gary.
Morning.
And so you're just having a gentle stroll this morning?
Yeah, just a gentle walk out for a bit of exercise.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm from Padstow, but I live away now, so it's quite nice to visit when I can.
Very nice indeed. Padstow, I find it an incredibly interesting place. I mean, people tell me this is, in a way, the best time to see it for real, because in the summer it gets absolutely jam-packed.
Yeah, it's a bit too busy in the summer months now. It used to be a lot quieter.
Yes. And the lady was telling me that lots of the locals have moved away now, and you don't hear many sort of local Cornish accents anymore.
I'm one of the ones that moved away. There's sort of not much work here. It's all sort of minimum wage, seasonal. So you've got to move away if you want a career.
Yes. And so you were telling me that you've done part of the Southwest Coastal Path. You like it up near Tintagel that way. Have you got any intentions perhaps of doing the whole walk one day?
Yes, as soon as I retire, I think it's sort of at least Southwest Coast Path, maybe more. So,
yes.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a brilliant walk. I mean, having done the Pembrokeshire Coast walk a couple of months ago, people was telling me that that's the toughest and perhaps the most scenic. But I would suggest that this is every bit as tough, if not tougher, than the Pembrokeshire Coastal walk. And obviously it's about another 200 or 300 miles longer as well.
Yeah.
But no, I'm very impressed with it. Very impressed.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You've got a lot of really nice scenery ahead, so
yes,
I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
And of course, at this time of year, November, you would never believe that it was November.
No.
And people say you don't get much snow down here.
No, I think I was born here 54 years ago. I think I've seen snow 3 or 4 times here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh well.
Snow on the ground. I mean, sort of snow showers, but snow on the ground for more than a day, not very often.
You might get the odd freak year in terms of that happens, doesn't it? But generally speaking, it's it's almost a Mediterranean climate.
Yeah. My niece saw snow 2010. First time in her life. She was sort of 18 at the time. So.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Okay.
Right,
nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you, Gary.
Enjoy the rest of your walk.
Thank you. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
bye.
Well, I was invited in by Sue to the Bass Point NCI, and looking around, there's all this wonderful machinery, and she's doing a watch, and it's incredible the amount of equipment you have in here. So what's it all about, Sue?
It's for safety. We're here to be the eyes and the ears, watching out at sea to see that the ships are all safe. There's no one that's got no other way of signalling to say that there's a problem, and the people along the path or on the rocks. We've got a fisherman over there that's right down on the rocks fishing.
Let's have a look out the window, because this is
on Pig Rock, just down there.
Right.
Can you see him?
Yes, I can indeed. My camera might just pick him out. He's more or less bang in the centre of the screen, and so that.
If a freak wave came and got him, I would phone immediately to get help.
Yes.
And there's another little boat right the way over there by Butter Cove.
Yes.
As I've been watching, because he's got no AIS, so he's got no way of contacting Falmouth.
Right.
And if I keep an eye on him, but the sea's so calm today, but something can change immediately.
Yes.
And everything else, we just log all the ships in the Blue Book.
Yes.
And any people that might be in danger in the Yellow Book.
Yes.
And we do weather reports on the Channel 65.
Wow.
And
so how long have you been doing this then, Sue?
3.5 years, just over. Yes.
Really, that's fun. Oh, and I take it this is a voluntary thing,
yes,
is it?
It's all voluntary.
Yes.
We do fundraising.
Yes.
We provide our own uniform.
Yes.
We have our
it's
name
very,
badges.
very smart, isn't it?
And an emergency call in case we get into danger.
Well, that's fantastic. That's a wonderful thing, and obviously you must seriously enjoy it. I mean,
love it.
How many colleagues do you have that take the other shifts?
I think there's about 35 of us at the moment.
Really?
Yes, and a new person that's training up.
Yes.
And then we have excitement like this morning that I haven't told you about yet, when I saw a whole pod of porpoises going past.
Really?
Yes. Really close.
You could do with a video camera as well, couldn't you? Really, of your own on a tripod.
Yes.
That would pick up all that stuff, wouldn't it?
probably.
But that's amazing.
Yes.
And you don't mind me saying that you live in Lizard as well?
I live in the Lizard and I love it there.
Yes, it's a fabulous place, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
I love the sea, so it's ideal for me to be surrounded by the sea.
I was very fortunate that on one of the films a lady wrote to me saying if you want some accommodation in Lizard you can use our holiday home. I'm afraid she's got to remain anonymous and a husband, but they're absolutely fabulous people.
Lovely.
And I've made 2 really good friends there, and they're absolutely lovely in every single way. You
Good.
know. And I'm going to be moving on probably in the next day or 2 because I want to try and make Plymouth while we've got this good weather forecast.
Very good.
And,
Gosh, that's a long way.
I know. Well, it's maybe about 100 miles, I guess. Well, there's about a 10-day weather forecast saying that it's going to be like more or less like this: no rain, no wind, and sort of 10, 11 degrees.
Yes.
So, because I mean, I did really well getting to Land's End by the end of November, but it's been a bit slow since then because of, you know what the weather's been like.
Yes.
I mean, you wouldn't be able to see a thing out of here, I guess, on some of those days.
Monday I was here and I saw the sea occasionally.
Yes, exactly. It was a real squall, wasn't it? Oh, I don't know what.
It was just heavy mist, really thick fog.
Yes.
And I just could see the sea down there, and then it would lift a few yards further, and then it would close in again.
Yes.
Never saw a single ship.
Yes, that's amazing.
But we were here in case
we
were needed or something happened.
Well, that's incredible.
So we're open in the winter from 8 in the morning all the way here from 7:30ish.
Right.
But we're officially open from 8 until 4 in the afternoon.
Right.
In the spring and the autumn, and that's 2 watches, 4-hour watches. In the spring and the autumn, it's 2 5-hour watches.
Right.
8 till 1, 1 till 6.
Yes.
And in the summer, it's 3 4-hour watches. 8 till 12, 12 till 4, 4 till 8.
I bet there's a really nice little social life attached to it all. You'll have a Christmas dinner together.
There's
and all
4
this
times a year that we get together.
Yes, I bet
so
it's
2
great.
are socials and 2 are meetings.
Yes, yes,
So,
I bet it's. So you know that's fabulous. I bet it's
Yes.
the best thing you ever did. Really, you're getting involved.
I love doing it. Yes.
Yes. Oh well, that's
Yes.
wonderful.
Thank
And you've got to keep you've got to keep lookout all the time. You can't take your eye off things, can you? Really?
You've got to watch and log.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you very much indeed, Sue.
No, you're
That's
welcome.
wonderful. And Sue has also kindly offered to give me a bit of help with transport later if I need it. I mean, I hope I don't, but she's given me her number so that if I need a lift back from wherever I get to, that would be a massive, massive help to me, and I really appreciate that.
No problem at all.
And I don't know, is there a worry about driving in the dark or anything?
No.
I know you go, well, that's okay. I find it a little bit unnerving at times. I mean, it's a camper van, but it's a bit wider than normal cars, and some of them come really fast towards you, and you do have to drive very close to the edge. Plus the fact it's a left-hand drive, which makes it a little bit more difficult.
Yes.
To gauge where you are in the centre of the road.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it does the job.
Very good.
Well, it's been a real pleasure to be invited in, and thank you very much indeed, Sue.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Well, I'm not too far from Stumblehead now, and I'm doing quite well. I'm slipping about a bit, but it is drying out as the day goes on because of the wind. And I bumped into Rob and Sue. And you're saying you're from Swansea, Rob?
Well, Ponte de Lice near Swansea.
Yes. And what about you, Sue? Are you?
Exeter originally, but I've lived in Wales longer than I've lived in England now, yeah.
Wow, that's right, well, that's great. And so where are you off to today then, Rob?
We're hoping to go as far as Carreg Wastad to see the last attempted invasion of the UK.
Yes.
And we've come from where you're going to, which is Strumblehead.
Right, okay. And is this a regular thing for you, doing all these longer walks then, Sue? Are you an avid walker?
Well, we always used to be, then we had our children and got caught up with their lives really, and this is kind of our first break without them.
Your sabbatical.
Exactly.
That's really nice. So how old are your children?
Well, they've grown up now, they're 22 and 25. So
oh, right. Oh, good. So you've got some peace and quiet now and plenty of time for yourself then, haven't you?
We have.
Yeah, oh, well, that's really nice. Yes, it's interesting that you should say about walking through Swansea. I met a couple the other day from Swansea, and they said exactly the same. They said, let's meet up and have a beer and all that sort of stuff. And I've got fond memories of Swansea. I used to go to Mumbles quite often and have a swim there.
Oh, yes.
Not far from Vetch Field, as it was. The football ground was more or less going out towards Mumbles, wasn't it?
That's right, yes. The Swans used to play there until they moved. Yeah, I used to watch the football there years ago.
yeah. Well, I mean, they're not doing something like my team, Hull City. They more or less seem to be riding neck and neck with each other up and down like the Assyrian Empire.
That's right, it's a bit of a roller coaster at the moment.
Being a Swansea supporter.
Yeah, but so far I'm enjoying this season. The football is quite attractive.
Yes. Well, I mean, it was really unfortunate that they got relegated last year.
It was, and everybody's disappointed.
Yes.
But give them a season or two, and I think they could bounce back, hopefully.
Yes. There's an ex-Hull player, Sam Clucas. Is he still with Swansea, or is he?
I think so. I haven't caught up with the transfers this year.
No.
In and out, but yes.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Oh, good. Well, look, it's been a real pleasure meeting you. I know it's only briefly, and we're at Ships in the Night. You've got a card there, Sue.
I have.
Check me out on YouTube or Facebook, because I always put the films off YouTube onto Facebook.
Okay.
So, and you can send me a message, and when I come through Swansea, I'll call in and see you, and we'll go and have a beer somewhere.
Pleasure. We'll send you a text, and if you're looking for a meal as you pass through, we'll catch up. It's a pleasure to meet you.
That's very kind of you. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. That's lovely. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.